Okay, so it is day one, 8:55 p.m. I got about 4 miles left to go. I've been hiking for 5 hours and 15 minutes non-stop, and sun's about to go down, so it'll be an interesting rest of the hike. Anyways, more when I get to camp. Okay, so it took me 6 hours and 40 minutes last night. Finally got in about 10:15. Stopped at the campsite and met some other people. Got kind of cold, so this morning I'm just trying to warm up in the sun. Alright, so starting out the day, it's about 9:30 in the morning. Hitting the trails. I've got 22 miles to go today, and yeah, should be a pretty beautiful day. Okay, so last night, to keep myself from going crazy, I kind of ran out of subjects to talk to myself about, so I just started counting without realizing it, and I made it to 1600 before I saw another person, which is pretty crazy. Alright, so the mosquito is like the state bird of Michigan or something, because every time I stop, I keep getting bit, so I have to keep moving, like 100% of the time. It's pretty interesting. Alright, here we are, day 2. It's about 12:30, and it's an insanely nice day. Everything is super beautiful, and we're starting to see some of these pictured cliffs. Okay, like I said, here's some pictured cliffs. This is one of the views from on trail. Alright, so it's 1:30. I just stopped for 21 minutes to eat some lunch, and I had the backpacker's version of Indian food. And interestingly, the only other people on the beach where I was eating were Indians. Go figure. Alright, so I just kind of realized a mistake that I made, which explains something. I calculated I would need 2,600 calories a day, and I packed accordingly. The problem is, on this trip, I'm burning a little over 6,000 calories a day. So I'm basically just starving myself by a little less than 4,000 calories a day, which explains why I'm constantly hungry. Alright, so looking here, you can see where I started this morning, way over there on that tiny little strip of sand called 12 Mile Beach. And I climbed all the way over here, up over all those cliffs, and then I've been following the edge of the river as it kind of zigs back and forth right here, across all these cliffs. And then I just got here, where you can see all sorts of stuff. Okay, so it is 3:40. I've slowed down a bit, and I'm really feeling the lack of food, so I decided to eat some of what I had, and I'm banking on the fact that there may be an opportunity to buy some at Miners Beach. But if there isn't, I'm going to have to call this trip short and catch the shuttle back to my car. Alright, so it is 7:28. I finally got some food. I managed to convince a ranger to give me a ride into town so I could get some more food. And I'm finishing up day 2. Got just a couple miles left, but unfortunately I've got this wicked cramp in my right calf, and I gotta try and work it out, or I might have a lot of trouble the next 2 days. Alright, so I finally made it down to the visitor center and then back up here to my campsite, and this is the end of day 2. I finally made it in at 7:47, and today was a hard day, so I got 2 more hard days ahead. Well, here I am in camp, and I decided to have a fire because somehow the ranger I hitched a ride with made off with my fuel bottle. Must have fallen out in her car. So, hope she's working tomorrow, or I'm going to have some crunchy dinner tomorrow. Alright, so this is day 3. I've been hiking for 5 hours or so. It's about 2:30. Excuse me. And anyways, it's been an interesting day. I started out, my calf was feeling better. Now it's starting to swell up again, so it's getting a little hard. I originally was supposed to stay at Beaver Creek, but I might be trying to go a little further because I don't want to have to hike so far tomorrow. Alright, it is 3 o'clock. I am about 2 miles from what could be my final destination at Beaver Creek, and I'm feeling decent, so I'm thinking of going on. I could go back to Trappers Lake, which would leave me 17 miles for tomorrow, or I could try and make it all the way to 12 Mile Beach, which is a long day for today, but it would let me get out of here a little earlier tomorrow, so we'll see what happens. Alright, so I made it to Beaver Creek, but if I stay here, it makes for a little over 25 miles tomorrow, so I'm not real sure I want to stay here, but I'm really tired, so I'm going to lay here and rest up for a little bit, see how I feel in about half hour. Alright, so it's 4:55, so almost 5 o'clock. I've done like a gajillion miles today, and my feet are super swollen, and both of my calves are starting to cramp up. But I'm afraid I won't make it out tomorrow early enough to be done with this trip on time, so I gotta keep going. I'm 4.5 miles from 7 Mile Creek, which would be a decent place to stop. But I don't know if I got 4.5 miles in me. I have about 4 hours of daylight, so we'll see how far I get. Alright, so I just stopped for a quick break. I've done like 36 of my 37 miles today, so I got one left. It doesn't sound very far, but I am very tired. Alright, well, I finally arrived, and after 37 miles of hiking today, we're going to take a look at my feet. So, let's take off the shoes. Oh, and they are filthy. So that's the bottom of my feet after all that hiking today. They're not normally red at all, and the whole bottom of them is red. Pretty gnarly. Alright, it's 6:50 in the morning, starting out my last day. Last night I slept for like 11 hours, I'm so tired, and I only have about 12 miles to go to my car, so I'm ready. I am ready. Super tired, but it's super fetching cold here in the morning, so I'm like freezing my sack off. So I decided to get going early, try and warm up. Okay, so this morning when I woke up, a animal, presumably a raccoon, had gotten into my medicine bag, and get this, he only took Advil and the electrolyte pills, so I guess that raccoon was also hurting and dehydrated. Okay, so I've gone 90-something miles, and I'm not sure if you can tell in this video, but this is my normal calf, and this is my right calf. Can you see the difference? This one's all sorts of swollen, and it's like hard and hot to touch it. But you see, you can't like see any veins in it, whereas like this one, it's got veins all over. Because this one's blown up like a freaking balloon. I don't know what's going on with it, but it hurts, man. So anyways, a couple miles left. Got to finish. Alright, so in a weird sort of way, I decided I'm kind of grateful for the bugs at this point. Because I'm so tired that I could wait for hours at each time I stop. But the bugs will attack me so bad when I stop that I've only stopped for like 30 seconds at each place, so they're keeping me on schedule. Alright, coming in on the very last of these 100 miles. You can just barely see my adventure van up over yonder next to the visitor center. So I'm about to check in and then take off. This has been a great hike.